Hello everyone and welcome to the 150th episode of Classic Gamer 74. I am your host, Anthony Gamer, and the gang's all here. Say hi everyone.
Hi, this is Larry the Lion.
This is Red the Fox. This is Torvald, also known as Squatchy. This is Alligator. This is Humphrey the Wolf. And I'm Mumford. And we want to thank you guys for stopping by and helping us celebrate our 150th episode. It's hard to believe it's been almost 3 years that I've been doing these videos, and I really appreciate all the support, the subscribers, the feedback, both positive and negative. And I appreciate you guys sharing your memories with me. That I think I enjoy the most, is when I get emails or messages about people who tell me about the positive memories that they have associated with some of the games that I discuss.
Anyway, so one thing we're going to talk about is some of the changes and some of the things that have happened since episode 101.
That's correct. One new feature that we've added has been classic computers. As so far, I have discussed the Apple IIe computer, and our last episode was about the Commodore 64. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys about both those computers, as those computers really mean a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, we've been adding more Anthony and Larry play. Those ones have really been a lot of fun to do, especially since we've been doing some interesting games like that last one. You know, we did Action 52, which is a game that has kind of a bad reputation, but we used the Sega Genesis version as opposed to that terrible Nintendo version.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Oh man, that was just bad. I know. Even if you played on an emulator, it's funny because it still freezes, just like in the Angry Video Game Nerd episode. But ours, I mean, I played on an emulator and it still, freezes, which is like, wow. But anyway, another thing that's been going on, other than myself coming onto the team, has been the intro has been a little bit shorter. In the past, Anthony usually had about a 30 or 40 second intro. Now it's pretty streamlined, along with the episodes themselves. That's correct. Thank you, Torvald. The episodes have been more streamlined when it's possible. Sometimes the videos have been kind of short, like, for instance, the Instant Classic episode that I did about sticking it to the man. That was 4 minutes long. But, of course, the Anthony and Larry play ones, those are going to be long, depending on the game. Especially when we did the Action 52 ones, because we randomly picked 3 games from the 52, and then each of us, did the best 2 out of 3. So those videos were a little bit longer. And of course, when we do playthroughs, those are really a lot longer. But the thing is to streamline the videos. Granted, some videos from other YouTubers are going to be longer. I mean, especially, some of the true crime ones. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Especially that one true crime YouTuber that you kind of got a special thing for, the redhead from New York. Yeah, okay, let's not talk about that. Okay, well, I think that's one of your Q&A questions there, so we're going to have to talk about it. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so, what's coming up? I know some people are asking about what's next. Now, some of the plans, without giving too much away, we're going to have more playthroughs, as the viewers really seem to enjoy those. Also, we're going to have more movie-based games, as we touched on that briefly before in an earlier episode where we discussed movie games that were made for the Atari 2600. And, of course, we're going to have more instant classics, as, our expression here is it doesn't have to be old to be a classic. We've shown that. And one other interesting thing is that we are actually going into more classic consoles themselves, following the format that we had been doing, where there's like an introductory episode, then followed by the rare and valuable games, prototypes, and then homebrews if there are any. So in this past 50 episodes, we have been doing mostly the Atari 5200 and the Atari 7800. Alright, now we will go into favorites. Now, we pretty much all agree that our favorite has to be the Five Nights at Freddy's episode. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to film that. And I got to really learn how to do more stuff with the new with the camera. Well, it's not new now, but learn how to do more stuff with the editing. And also, I got a new video editing program, because the old one, sadly, you would put too much input into it and then it would crash, which was just horrible. And this new one I have has really been a lot better. It's only crashed a couple times, and that was probably more computer related than anything. But yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's was a really fun episode to make, and I hope to get to do more stuff like that soon. Okay, but what's more important are your favorites. So these are your top 5 favorites as voted by the fans, and we are, of course, taking into account views. Number 5 is Sailor Moon. Now, this one was episode number 131. This was our first streamlined episode. It was suggested by my daughter, who's a big anime fan and a Sailor Moon fan, and I really just did it because, she asked me to. And it's become quite popular, and the numbers keep going up on that one. I'm really pleasantly surprised. Okay, next. Next one is episode number 114. This was the rare and valuable Atari 5200 games. That makes a lot of sense because, some people asked that. That was, I think, in one of the FAQ questions, is why the rare and valuable episodes are so popular. And the best thing I can tell you is because, people buy games and then sometimes they put them in the attic and don't play them for a while. And then when an episode like this comes along, people can say, hey, I may have something valuable up there in my games. And, you never know. Didn't you find out you had a rare one? Yeah, I actually did. I found out that I had the original version of Quest for Quintana Roo. It was, the original one, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I wish I'd gotten some of the other ones, that we talked about back in the 2600 era. But, yeah, I'm going to keep that going with more episodes in the future. Okay, and next up we have the Putt-Putt Pep's birthday surprise. That one, I know you were really happy that those Putt-Putt ones got pretty good views. Exactly, because, I had so much fun playing that with my daughter and with my students when I taught elementary school, and it's my hope that a lot of parents that saw this and know that these games are available on Steam will, grab them for their kids or grandchildren or niece and or somebody, a kid in their life, because those games are a whole lot of fun. Okay, and next up we have Who Wants to Beat Up a Millionaire? Yeah, I'm just shocked at how how popular this playthrough was.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember when that game came out, it didn't seem like it was a really big hit. And matter of fact, not long after it came out, I saw it in one of the bargain bins at Kmart.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun game, and it's fun to watch. And strangely enough, it was only made available for the PC, I believe, for iMac, and then the only port it actually got was for the Dreamcast. And finally, number one, and it's not even close, and this is episode 130. This was vintage arcade games. Like I said, the numbers on this were just amazing for viewers. And I've been thinking about it for a while, like what made this episode so popular. And the best I can come up with is that, a lot of those old games will not play on MAME. So they're really, unless you actually know somebody with one of those old machines, you're not going to really get a chance to see the game footage. And with the creation of that emulator DICE, you got a chance to see those old games in action. And it's just too bad that those guys that were working on that emulator kind of ceased doing it a few years ago. I'm hoping that they'll pick it up again, because I know there's some other games that could be emulated. Like, I'd like to see that Fonzie game, that motorcycle game. That would be kind of cool. Yep, sure would. Yeah, another interesting thing that we did was you started a couple sub-channels here. You had classic board games, and you had musical memories. And those didn't last too long. Well, the board game one was a lot of work.
Oh, yeah, it sure was. I remember that one night when we did that. It took us forever to get, that sorry episode.
Oh, it was. It was a lot of work, and the musical memories was a lot of fun. But it was getting overwhelming with all those episodes, getting overwhelming doing both, so I had to let them both go. I do have plans to bring back musical memories in a separate channel, so if you enjoyed those, it may come up soon. So, okay, so next up we're going to discuss the future. So what is coming up with the future of this channel? So our plans for the future, without giving too much away, we're of course going to have more AVPs, more classic consoles, as there are some coming up. I already discussed a few minutes ago about the format that we're going to try to follow.
That reminds me.
What's that?
We discussed a couple other game consoles, and we didn't do that format that you were talking about.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to do a catch-up. This one I will give away. I'm going to do a catch-up, I guess you could say for lack of a better term, on those two consoles. And I will have the rare and valuable games and prototypes for those two, which are the Odyssey 2 as well as the Fairchild Channel F.
And, of course, we're going to have more Anthony and Larry play.
Oh, yeah, we got big plans for that, and I probably am going to bring these other guys in, too, because we can't share all the fun. We got to let them play, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, boy, I get to play a competitive video game. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. We were going to ask you anyway when you were planning on letting us do that. Well, you should have said something. Oh, it just, yeah, I don't know. Okay. So, continuing on. Okay, another thing, people have asked me about what my setup at home is like, so I'm going to show you guys that. I actually have several vintage consoles at home, so I'll take you guys around my place and show you that. We're going to have more edutainment games, as there is a limitless supply of those, which is a good thing. How about the contest? Oh, yeah, I'd like to bring back the contests, because the last one went pretty good. I was able, 3 people won a Putt-Putt game of their choice, and I was very happy about that. I just, I was really happy to be able to do that. So, also, we're looking at merch. I know I've been talking about that for a while, but I got some ideas, and I'm going to try to see about getting some merch. Next, we got sports games. We have not done sports games in quite a while. Next, I'm also going to do like music videos where I incorporate some of my favorite songs and some of my favorite games. Now, yesterday I uploaded a special made video of the Curly Shuffle by the Jump in the Saddle Band, and I incorporated game footage from the Three Stooges games and clips from a couple of their shorts that are in the public domain. Also, we're going to have more games based on movies, TV shows, bands. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Oh, yeah. And I'm not giving any of that away as to what, but if you know me well enough, I'm sure you can figure it out. Okay, another interesting thing I want to do is a redo of the Donkey Kong AVP. Now, when I did this, I didn't call it AVP, and back then, I didn't know about the existence of so many different game consoles and computers, and now I've just got bunches and bunches of versions of Donkey Kong that I'd like to share, so I'm going to do a proper AVP of Donkey Kong. Also, we're going to kind of do like almost a memorial to Flash games, because, as Adobe let the Flash player go, a lot of those old Flash games aren't working anymore. I was surprised the other day when I found out that Insane Aquarium wouldn't work and My Dear Boss wouldn't work. I believe that there is an emulator out there that is still in the works or in the beta stages. So let's hope that, I can play some of those old games again. And last of all, more playthroughs. We got quite a few playthroughs of games that we've discussed in the past that we kind of glanced over in some episodes, but now you're going to see those games and others from beginning to end. Alright, now it's time for the Q&A. Okay, one question I do get a lot is, what channels do you watch? I do watch a lot of other gaming channels. That's obvious. I'll drop a few names because I can. Kim Justice, Angry Video Game Nerd, other classic gaming ones. Those are probably two of my biggest that I watch, are those two. I get a lot of ideas from them about, some games to cover, lost classics, stuff like that. So they've been a big help. Metal Jesus Rocks, of course. The Immortal John Hancock. I mean, they've been a big help with not only suggesting games, but also behind the scenes. They have both been friends to this channel, and I appreciate, everything that they have helped me with. Also, besides that, I also like a lot of documentaries on different subjects, like cryptozoology, paranormal. I'm also into true crime. Probably my favorite true crimer YouTube, and my favorite YouTuber period, is Stephanie Harlow. Yeah, I told you. Oh, let's not talk about that. Okay. Yeah, it's like funny when every time you talk about Stephanie Harlow, you get this dreamy, kind of far away look in your eyes. Whatever, dude. Don't talk about that. My wife probably is going to listen to this. Okay. But, yeah, just kind of remember that little problem we had with Jennifer Jones a couple years ago. Oh, don't bring that up. Well, you brought up Stephanie Harlow. Well, no, you brought her up. I was just saying. Whatever. I also enjoy watching Gabulosis. That's my buddy. The Top Five Unknowns, Cold Case Detective, Criminally Listed. So yeah, two of my big things on YouTube obviously are video games, true crime, paranormal stuff, like Hunting the Dead. And of course wrestling. I've really enjoyed watching, I've been a wrestling fan since 1981, and I enjoy some great wrestling channels, such as WrestleMania, definitely What Culture Wrestling, Cultaholic. I'm dropping a lot of names here, but I enjoy their content, so I don't mind telling people about it. Another question that was asked is about You guys. Oh, really? Yeah, I remember one of the craziest questions I ever got about you, Red, was somebody asked me if you were from Upper Peninsula, Michigan. And I said, he doesn't exactly know. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I remember that. And you told the guy that, I used to be from a town I thought it was called No Hunting, Oregon. Because, that was the sign we had out there in the woods. So I'm not really exactly sure where I'm from. I'm from the Northwoods. That's about it. That's all I know. Another question I get is why Larry introduces himself as Larry the Lion. And that is a nod to Leisure Suit Larry, the character from the 90s, late 80s and 90s Sierra games. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Sierra, you forgot to mention that. Oh, well, that's going to go with the playthrough. But, yeah, we're going to focus on, the best of Roberta Williams, one of the creators of some of those amazing games like King's Quest and stuff like that, and have playthroughs for those as well. Yeah, thanks for bringing that, Brett. Oh, of course, that's what I'm here for. Which answers another question, because people have been asking me when I'm going to do more Sierra games. Or do some period. I don't really think we've really covered any Sierra games that much. No, except for I think, you mentioned it here and there a couple times, like when you did that interview with Al Lowe that we won't talk about and don't talk about. That's true. Another question that comes up every once in a while is about my music taste, and I think that's pretty obvious if you look at the t-shirts that I wear in the episodes. That, yeah, I'm into classic rock, heavy metal, country. I also like blues, big band, classical, and stuff like that. I definitely do not like jazz. I can't stand rap or R&B. So hopefully that answers a question that some people have been asking. Another question I get asked is, what is my favorite console? That's pretty easy. It always has been, it always will be, the Atari 2600. My second most favorite console is the NES. Favorite computer? Oh, wow. I would honestly have to say that it would be the classic MS-DOS, the IBM compatibles, because that's what I had. Second behind that would be probably the Apple IIe. Followed by the Commodore. I really liked a lot of the computer systems that I was actually able to use. Some of the other ones that I discussed on the channel, of course, I never got to use the ZX Spectrum or the Amstrad CPC because those were exclusive to Europe. Another question I get asked is what I do for a living. Unfortunately, I don't do this for a living yet. Let's hope I get more subscribers. That would be nice. I work security. I am a former teacher. I was a teacher for 16 years. I taught multiple subjects. I left the profession in 2013 when I was laid off, for cost cutting. I might go back someday, but, it's hard to say. The last 2 years I was teaching, I taught biology, chemistry, and earth science. I also am a published writer. I've written 18 books. And that's about it. Anybody else want to share?
I'm Larry the Lion.
Okay. Al? My name is Alligator. I've been kind of quiet here for a while now, but, the thing is that each of us kind of is a nod or something to someone else. Like, for instance, myself. I am Alligator Algonquin Eugene Gator. And if you listen to my voice, I am Gator from Louisiana, but I'm also got a little bit of the voice of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, to my voice. Oh yeah, Americana, baby. And Mumford, I'm kind of based on a lot of the people that Anthony had to work with over the years, especially a lot of the teachers that he worked alongside that, like myself, kind of held on a little too long. Geez. Where am I again? Never mind. Thanks for sharing, Mumford. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, and so, me, Torvald, or Squatchy, I'm a Sasquatch, as most of you have already figured out there. But to be honest with you, I really am glad to be part of this channel occasionally. As a matter of fact, right now I'm not in the studio. I'm actually here via satellite because I'm back in Norway, and it's really not a good idea to travel. So I'm here, and I'm here right now via Skype. I wish I could be there with you guys, and hopefully I'll be back so I can be in some more of the episodes. And that's just kind of what's going on with me. Why you haven't seen me in a while. And yes, as for me, Humphrey, I am back here in the colonies. I just went back briefly with my wife, Virginia, to visit the United Kingdom. And I came back here before all this craziness started. So, anyway, that's pretty much all our stories. Anything else? No, that's about as far as, most of the Q&A that have come through. Oh, jolly good. Okay. So our next thing we're going to talk about is actually the outtakes. Now, as many of you know, even in the past, I've tried to keep these episodes short. But, when it comes to making episodes, there are some segments that, don't make it into the final product, kind of like a movie or a TV show because of time or various other reasons. So here are a couple outtakes from various episodes that didn't make it onto the released episode for one reason or another. Check it out.
Stop. Not quite yet. I bet you wondered if I was coming back. Oh, I am coming back. And I will return when you least expect it. No warning. Just one time you will think you're watching a regular episode, and I will be there. See you then. Until then, remember, the darkness always matters. Run.
Another piece of advice for some adults that are watching this video and haven't played this game yet, make sure that you're not alone when you do it. You said it. And also, if you work security like I do, I wouldn't recommend playing this game. Nope. Didn't you do that once? Yeah, I actually told one of my guards about this game back when I was a supervisor, and it freaked him out so bad that he expected me to stay there with him for the rest of the shift. Did you? No, of course not. Oh. But yeah, I've been a fan for many years. I'll tell you who was really a big fan of him was my friend from high school, Matt.
The one who passed away?
Yeah. He was a big Weird Al fan, and to tell you the truth, he actually started writing his own parodies.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, he did some. Usually he picked the most annoying songs he could find, and he would do, parodies of those. I remember that one song, I Get So Emotional by Whitney Houston. Yeah. He changed it where the words are, I get so emotional, baby, when I use super glue.
That's funny.
Yeah.
One other thing about the game shows is that several of them have lasted for many, many years.
Yeah, that's true. And some of them have gotten various reboots over the years. And it seems in real recent years there's been a big resurgence of game shows. Not really any new ones, but ones that have been revamped and have new hosts.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But I'll tell you what, when I was a boy, I loved watching Family Feud. There will never, ever be a host as cool as Richard Dawson.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because, he kissed more women than I think I ever would in my whole life.
In next week's episode, we're going to discuss games based on rock and roll bands. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Classic Gamer 74, our 150th. I want to thank you all for stopping by. If you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload new episodes. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. And if you have any suggestions of some games or game systems or a genre that you'd like us to cover, please don't hesitate to contact us either in the comment section below or via some of our social media platforms. Well, on behalf of all my co-stars here, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you to the views. Thank you for all the people behind the scenes that help out this channel. You guys have been great. It's been a lot of fun, and here is to 150 more and beyond.
Oh yeah, this has sure been a lot of fun.
Well, before we get out of here, let's look at what everyone came here for.
Yeah, titties and beer.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, actually, that sounds like a good idea. But anyway, we're not that kind of channel.
Oh, darn it.
Anyway, what we're going to look at is some blooper reels. As usual, it does take a couple takes sometimes for me to get the words out, or them to get the word out and get everything right. And so this is our third installment of blooper reel calling I Never Make Mistakes Part 3. Well, until next time, I'm Anthony Gamer.
I'm Larry the Lion.
I'm Red the Fox. I'm Mumford. I'm Alligator. Humphrey the Wolf. And I'm Torvald. Wishing you all a great day and a great week. Until next time, be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other. Be kind to each other. Help each other out. See you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Well, uh-oh. He was there the whole time, wasn't he? Yep, he still was. Oh, shoot. Let me start this over again. Oh, boy. Fuck. R7800 was a short-lived game system. As many of you that have been watching my channel know, that they only made about 59 games. Or was that it? Start over again. Okay. As many of you know, the Atari 7800 was... Shit. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Anthony Gamer, and I am Red the Fox, and today, I'm not supposed to be doing it that way anymore, am I? No, you said you weren't gonna. Okay, let's try again. Okie dokie. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Anthony Gamer, and I'm... shoot, we fucked it up. Yeah, gonna say fuck. Alright, well, I'm sorry. Jeez, I can't even remember my name. Jeez, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Alright, let's try again. Ready? Yeah. The Three Stooges have been part of the American culture ever since they started back in the early 30s with the... Okay, hold on. Got it as a present. So, here's a look at what I looked like back then when I got the... Okay, that sucked ass. Alright, let's try again.
So what we tried to do is we put 5... No, it wasn't 5, it was 3.
Yeah, we were going to do 5, but, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, that's true. Let's start that again.
Okay.